What's going on, guys? It's your man Jay Will, and yes, time has come for you guys to prepare for the OnePlus 6T. Now, I recently picked up the OnePlus 6 in amber red. Hit the links in the description because you can get this phone. There's a huge discount now. I think it's down to $479 for all colors. 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gig models, all 4 colors. So grab it while you can, because I think it's still a great purchase compared to the 6T. Now, the OnePlus 6T hit its mark today. They announced the exclusive deal with T-Mobile, which we already knew this was coming. But the price points are pretty much the same, and they didn't change much. They pretty much only changed the front of the phone and gave it a little bit bigger display. Instead of a 6.3, it's actually, 6.28. It's now 6.41. And they're calling it the water drop design. Still, you know, a Central phone has the same type of design. It's just, I actually like the way that Central did it better. But it's still the same though. It's just a cutoff for the camera. And they put a fingerprint reader in the screen, and they gave it a 3700 milliamp hour battery. Pretty much after that, there's still no wireless charging. It still has a 1080p display. It's pretty much this phone, which is what the T model is. It's an upgrade of a minor upgrade. But I think a lot of you guys are going to pass, and you know, now is the time to pick up the 6. And I'm not just saying that because, oh, there's an affiliate link in the description. That is why I got the 6. Now, I'm a phone reviewer, so you know, you'll probably see the 6T also. But if I was going to tell a person which one, if you ask me, and for all those people that put comments like, should I get this or this as soon as the video's posted, you got to buy what you want, man. Buy it and try it. But if a person has the 6, the 5, 5T, 3T, down to the 3T, I would say you're good to go. I would say you're good to go. But especially if you have the 6, you have absolutely no reason to switch phones. And I put up a poll on Google Plus, or not Google Plus, on my YouTube page, on the community. And pretty much it went like I thought it was going to go. People are pretty much saying pass. You know, they're going to keep, or they're going to keep what they currently have, or they're just not getting it. So as it stands right now, it looks like there's, I just put this up, man, less than an hour ago. It's already several votes on there. Pass is winning. Obviously, pass. People are saying pass, 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 pass. That's over 200 votes so far in about 45 minutes. And it's like 70% pass, 27% yes, I'm getting it day one. And the other people are saying I'm keeping my OnePlus 6, and a lot of people are saying I'm keeping my current OnePlus. But, you know, and some people are saying it's too expensive, it's not worth it. I don't even see how that's possible. Another good deal is, if you get this phone on T-Mobile, you can trade in any OnePlus and get $300 off, period. So they're offering an 8 gig 256 gig in midnight black and an 8 gig 128 gig midnight black, and then they have the shiny black one, the mirror black, in the 6 gig 128. There's no more 64 gig models, and I think that's they're doing it right. It's just that, you know, a phone like this, if you have the 6, you really don't need to give it up, because you're just getting a fingerprint in the screen, and that's ultimately it. And a little bit bigger battery, but the battery on this thing is killer. The battery on this thing is sick, man. I mean, I've only charged it, let's see, I charged it over a day ago, and I got 43% left, and I've got just over 3 hours of screen on time. That's fantastic battery, which means I'm gonna end up pulling in almost 2 days more than likely with about 5.5 to 6 hours of screen on time. Folks, to me, you might say, well, Jay, that's good standby time. I think it's good battery time too, because the times that I'm using the phone, I don't got to worry about getting to a charger. And then charging the phone is actually really fast. Dash charging is still there on the 6T. And you know, this is the T upgrade. This is the minor upgrade that we look for when they do this to us every 3 months. Now, they have a deal with a carrier now, and then also Verizon customers, you will be able to get this phone too. The 6T, so because you know they got the certification for that. So I'm pretty impressed with what they did. However, I still think they need to slow down. I don't think they need to release a phone every 3 months. This is too fast, OnePlus. It's too fast. Because see, what happens is you still have this awesome phone right here, and you know, people might feel like I gotta get the 6T because it's the latest. Folks, do what you want to do, but I'm telling you, if you have the 6, you have the 6T. You just don't have the extra 400 milliamps in the battery and the in-screen fingerprint reader. Other than that, you have the same phone, in my opinion. Now, as far as the cameras go, they're adding the nightscape and things like that, folks. Those are things that it's extra little features right there. But don't be sold on that. You know what I'm saying? The 6 is very capable. It's the same phone, and when I say it's capable, it's actually great to compete against other phones out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's flagship. You know, I still, at this point in the game, this is no longer a flagship killer. I think it's pretty much just a nice flagship for in its own right, because it does have an AMOLED display. They kept that, and I think it's just a win-win for people who want to get the 6T on T-Mobile. And even if you're going to buy it unlocked, I think the T-Mobile variant is still unlocked. They're not locking it down and adding a bunch of bloatware, from what I understand. So if you in fact do get the T-Mobile model, you just have to deal with the bill credits, because you can trade in. Let me pull this up here and tell you the phones that you could trade in, man. It's off the charts, man. They're taking all of the old. They're taking all the way back to the old OnePlus. They're gonna give you $300, and it's gonna be a bill credit, obviously. And I'm gonna tell you the phones that you could actually trade in. Let me see if I can find it here. I mean, they've got. You can trade in like the old Motorola. Okay, here it is. So you can trade in, now Apple phones, you can trade in up to an iPhone 8. So iPhone 8 on down to a 6. $300, you're good to go. I don't know that I would trade in an iPhone 7 or 8 for that, but 6 on down, I would definitely take it. Samsung Galaxy S8 series, the Note 8, the S7 series, the Note 5, and the S6 series, all those are gonna give you $300 credit. Now here's where it gets kind of strange. Pixel 2, Pixel 2 XL, Pixel 1, and Pixel XL. I wouldn't give up any of those. Probably the first Pixel, yeah, but the Pixel 2, I wouldn't give it up for the 6T. Now it's even stranger here. The V30, the V30 Plus, the G7, the V20, and the G6. Now the G6, I would definitely give it up for $300 in credits to go towards the 6T. But the V30, the G7, nah, it's Snapdragon 845, so what's the point of doing that? Yeah, no. The Z2 Force is another one for Motorola. The Z2 Play and the Nexus 6. They're taking the Nexus 6. You can get $300 for this, man. And then all of the OnePluses. So they've got the OnePlus 1, the 2, the X, the 3T. I wouldn't give up the X if you have a OnePlus X. I wouldn't give that up. The 3, the 3T, the 6, the 5, the 5T. They're gonna give you $300 for all of those phones. This is available. It's gonna be available on November 1st, which is Thursday, and supposedly T-Mobile's gonna have it all laid out. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have all the options. Supposedly, I don't know yet. But if I were gonna trade in anything, it would definitely be those Samsung phones, and I would definitely trade in. I wouldn't trade in any of the older OnePlus devices, because those are collectors. You know what I'm saying? You paid a lot of money for them, even though they're old. I would still keep all of those. You know, add to your collection. And then you know, the Motorola phones, I would trade in all of those. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a huge plus. That might be the route that I take. I might grab one of my Motorola phones, trade it in, and for the OnePlus 6T. You know what I'm saying? I'm undecided right now, but I really feel like OnePlus should slow down now. You gotta slow down. You can't keep discontinuing your phones and releasing a new model every three to 4 months. It's not gonna work. Now you're on a carrier, you gotta stick to supporting your devices, and you gotta stop this. You've got good phones, OnePlus. I don't like your business practices, but this phone is boss. Just like every other OnePlus I've reviewed, every last one of them, they're all really solid phones. It's just that the way you do business has to stop. So OnePlus, you're doing great right now. You got a carrier hookup. Let's see how well T-Mobile promotes this phone. Let's see how well Verizon promotes this phone, because technically, these phones are coming in at a much lower cost, and they're giving you the same thing as all the phones with the same internals, and they're giving you some things that are better, like or not better, different. an in-screen fingerprint reader. And I've already experienced that with the Vivo Next, but supposedly OnePlus says that it learns your thumb. That's bogus, man. That's just a selling point. If either it's going to unlock with your finger or not, period. So I'm happy for everybody that's going to grab the OnePlus 6T. Look for coverage on it later on. Look for the camera review on this phone because it is awesome. I'm telling you, the cameras on this phone are boss. It's just what it is. It's your man Jay. I will see you guys in the next video. Are you buying the OnePlus 6T? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Take care.